They say we should have known better than to fall so deep down into this rabbit hole we found. And I was thinking.
Hi, this is Nikolai, and you're listening to my dad, RaffCon, co-host James Jardine, and featuring Mr. Jim Tiller on the one and only Down the Security Rabbit Hole podcast. Plug in, listen up, and enjoy.
Deep into this pool of regrettable situations. Pitch black, think back to the last time that we were happy.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome down the Security Rabbit Hole to an awesome edition of the Down to Security Rabbit Hole podcast, your favorite cybersecurity podcast, running decade and a half long. For those of you keeping score, we're on like episode 664, I think. And I have an intimate little episode for you guys today. It's a little bit different. I thought I'd step outside the usual. I've got my buddy Raffy Marty here, and we're going to talk RaffCon.
Yes.
So, Raffy, what up? How are you?
Hey, how are you? Nice to be here. This is a good topic. It's very, very important for the security community, right?
Yes. Yeah, I think it's kind of funny. This has become sort of the stuff of lore. I remember we started this thing a minute ago, right? And it's been kind of forever since this thing got going. But it all started, if I remember correctly, with, I think Adam wrote the post. Do you remember the post?
Of course. Yeah, I think somehow, let's see how this started, right? I think we looked at some tweets a second ago, right? And based on our Twitter timeline, it must have been 2009. So many years ago, we both are getting old and can't really remember things, right? I think what happened is everybody was throwing their own little sweet parties and whatnot, and we kept running into each other everywhere, from RSA to Black Hat to Source Boston. At some point, we're like, RaffCon, we need our own conference. And I think that's when we just said, you know what? It's RaffCon. We took a selfie, posted it on Twitter, and we're like, it happened. And then, and I think that's when Adam came in and wrote this blog post about this exclusive cybersecurity VIP only conference. And people were like, what's going on? And I'm not sure about you, but I got these messages on Facebook and everywhere. People like, you had a conference, you didn't invite me. I thought we were better friends. I'm like, sorry, it's very VIP, right?
Yeah. That was a funny one. Is it was, I want to say, I'm looking through the dark, because Adam Ely posted it on Dark Reading. And I'm trying to scroll now. I should have done this ahead of time, but I'm now trying to scroll his content, and I think it goes back. Gosh, maybe that post is gone.
It must be 2010 as well, or 2011.
Because his posts on Dark Reading go back to 2010. Maybe it wasn't Dark Reading. It was somewhere. Though. I don't know. I'll try to ask him if I see him again soon. When that was, but it was funny because I like you we did it as a joke. Like, it was an inside joke that, like, the people that were hanging out with us were at in on, and then suddenly my phone, my DMs on Twitter and my text is like boom, 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 boom. I'm like, what is happening? And people were like, well, I saw Adam's article. I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, it was really funny.
So yeah.
And then I guess we just kept it going, right?
It's been going, yeah.
Gosh,
I don't know.
What did you say? It's number 15 coming up next week?
I mean, I feel like it could be anywhere between 19, 20. Like we stopped keeping track, right? I feel like we just give it a date. Like this is just RaffCon 25 because it's 2025. Although like there's 25-2 because we did it at RSA. We got together at RSA, right? We usually run into each other a couple times a year. So we tweeted RaffCon 13 at Black Hat 2021. So 22 would have been 14-15, 23 would have been 16-17, 24 would have been 18-19. So this is either 20 or 21.
Damn, maybe that's what we came up. Maybe it was 20, huh? Yeah, it's been a good run, and people are like, they come to me, they're like, hey, is there a RaffCon happening? I'm like, you bet, right?
Yeah, as long as we're still getting into security conferences, yes, right. There still is. It's like semi-official now. It's got its own secret handshake. No, I'm joking because I'm gonna get texts about that in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, do we advertise when the next one is?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, we're recording this Friday, August 1st, and there's some people that watch this show as I record it live. So good on you for that if you're catching it. But the next one is Wednesday, the Wednesday of, so next week, what is that, the 4th?
6th.
No?
6th.
I don't know. All those days just kind of ran together. It's the Wednesday the 6th at 5 p.m. And if you're going, it's the bar that is behind, because eye candy's always taken now. Like when we started this, you could just walk into eye candy and it'd be like, no big deal. Now vendors book it for the entire evening because they suck. And so there's a bar on the back side of that. It's a long, stretchy bar that you can look out into the House of Blues area there. Come back there. Come say hi. I have T-shirts. I have DtSR T-shirts for those of you guys listening. So I'll give those out. I'll be wearing mine because I'm cool like that.
The bar, I think officially is called the S Bar, but if you ask anyone, nobody knows that. So it's the bar behind.
Yeah, nobody's ever heard of it.
It's the rowdiest, most important people in cybersecurity, probably.
I love it. I love hanging. You know what? This just reminds me, like the security community. There is a core, right? There's a core of us that hang out that we've known each other since, I mean, we're coming up on 28, 27 years for some of us. Like I've known you guys longer than I've not known you guys. Right. And it's
crazy.
That's weird. That's weird to say.
That's true. It's true. But it's a good community, right? And that's really what drives me also coming back to a Black Hat and an RSA and so on, because it's a lot of catch up. And RaffCon is serving a big purpose to me at this point, which is, the people that, like, you have so many meetings, right? And you're trying to cram everything in. And some people you just want to see and say hi and give a hug. And so I'm just telling people, come to RaffCon, hang out. We have time there to talk and catch up a little bit, right? So it's been great to have that sort of anchor to just say, hey, see me there, and then we'll see who shows up, right?
That's right. I feel like roughly the same core always shows up. Like Trey always shows up. Hey, Trey. Mr. Ford always makes an appearance at some point. Some of the old school gang, although it's weird. Like the gang in air quotes is sort of like smaller and smaller every year because people are off doing, big kid things like being investors and CEOs and having to host things. And so it's harder, but they still show up. And I think that's what I appreciate. Like, Kayla's big and important. He still shows up though every once in a while. I don't run into, who I ran into that I haven't seen in forever, that actually lives here in Atlanta and I don't get to see often enough, is Billy. Remember Billy?
Oh yeah.
Hoffman? Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I saw him a couple of years ago. We went out and got a drink and I was like, man, yeah, we're both parents now.
Yeah. There's It's some people keep coming, like Rui. Big shout out to Rui. He's always there, and he's like, I put it on Twitter, and he immediately got a DMs like, I'm gonna be there. So thank you for continuing to show up.
Continuing to show up. Yeah. You know, what's funny is I'm here. I'm going to do this because this is funny. Well, as we talk here, this is kind of funny. I went through and I pulled the RaffCon hashtag out. I'm going to see if this app will let me share it, because I think it'll be funny.
The only official record of RaffCons is really on Twitter or X.
It's still Twitter. I mean, you can call it X, but I know what it is. You know what it is. Like, Elon, we get it, but it's still Twitter. Like, it just is. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can figure out how to let's see. How do I share screen? Oh God. Let's make sure it shares the right screen. I got work stuff on here. All right, here we go. Let's do this. All right, here we go.
Nice.
So
oh yeah.
Let me go all the way back, right? All the way back. So the first one I can find is February 23rd, and that's as we were going to Source Boston. Remember Stacey's in Source Boston? That was kind of cool. And then Monticello, we were telling, and look at this. This is our first photo, 2015. Wow. So we must have like just started posting stuff. I think we coordinated jackets that day. That was pretty impressive.
Oh, Michelle Schaefer was there in the beginnings too. That's right, that whole crew.
Oh yeah. Michelle's been there quite a bit. A regular returning. I went the long hair route for a while in 2016. That's not a look I'm returning to. I don't know what's happening here in this
number 9. We counted
number 9. We're counting fingers. That's the first time I saw you without a jacket. By the way, I think that's a photo we could memorialize, because that doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
Jackets again, and some of them, and like there's some good. Oh yeah, when Microsoft printed the shirts in 2019. God, I can't believe it's been that long. Shirts. Yeah, that's a blurry one.
Well,
oh God,
those sometimes happen when we don't have an official one. When we get together or we see each other at some kind of a party or something, it's the official snapshot.
Look at this, 9 years ago.
Man, I wonder what kind of sweet party that was.
It was somebody's. I think 2021 was when the rabbits started making an appearance in my pocket. Look at this. Neither of us has a jacket on in 22. That's how you know we're progressing in our careers.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, look at that. That's Caleb's a good one.
In there. Who do I see in that photo?
Roger, Jaime.
Yeah. Look at that photo.
Aaron, Caleb, Rui.
Yeah, man. Nice. We got to get more photos posted this time. I know these guys. There's a good one. Some anonymous people. Anyway, it's good nostalgia though to have like rolling through and seeing some of the people that we know, because we've lost them along the way, and this is an unforgiving. I feel like this is of all the careers you could have, this is probably one of the more unforgiving ones, because our group has not always been the most hospitable. I feel like we've settled down a bit. What do you think?
I mean, I think as a security community, we've gotten bigger, right? Like now you go to just tens of thousands of people almost, right? And
yeah, there's a lot of people.
Everybody's a security professional and CISSP, CCIE, GCIA, I don't know what, right?
I am none of those.
I think I had a couple, but
you have what's called a career that backs it up, right? Like anybody looking at your certifications at this point is like not doing you any service.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, it's kind of funny. This what started out as kind of an, as you point out, what started out as sort of an inside joke has grown into like a regular thing, and I want to keep it going. I think as long as we can. As long as we're both still making these things, just because, it's an opportunity to get people together. It's less about, hanging out at a bar and getting drunk. It's just a place to meet. And gosh, I'm past those years anyway. I'm not excited about my good time at in Vegas is going to bed at 10 or 11 o'clock now. Like I'm going to bed at regular normal hours.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's East Coast time for me, man. I'm East Coast.
Oh, that's true, huh? No, I'm only 2 hours from Pacific.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it though. Both Black Hat and RaffCon. I think I have.
What do you? Let me ask you something. What do you like? What's your expectations? Because I feel this is just my opinion. When I started my career, like I'd go to you go to Black Hat and you go for all the talks and you go to meet all these people, and then like I got a job on the vendor side, so it wasn't so much going for the talks as I'm going to go see the people that I know that gave the talks, and I'm going to go work the booth, right, or do something. And now I just sort of I go for meetings, as I'm sure you do, right? So and for me, the majority of the value isn't in the talks, and it hasn't been for a while. It's the social event. It's the ability to actually meet with other people that are showing up here that we don't get to see often. Colleagues, partners, business partners, competitors, whatever. It's just Black Hat has become an excuse for the industry to get together.
Yeah, I think it's very similar for me, right? Like I started going actually for the talks, but gosh, this is literally over 20 years ago, right? And then at some point I was lucky enough that I had sort of a topic that people were interested in. So I started speaking at a lot of these conferences and I was doing a bunch of training at Black Hat for a number of years. It was always fun. But I think I never really paid for a pass to attend the talks, right? Because at this time, like a lot of the talks are totally over my head. Like if they're going and bring out IDA Pro and stuff like that, it's like, okay, great, sure, but that's not for me anymore. I'm sure there's talks that would be super relevant, but I keep up to date during the year on whatever channels of information, and that's kind of enough for me that way. But as you said, it's the meetings, it's catching up with people, it's keeping my name out there, right? Like I think I'm sort of in between jobs in a way. I'm doing a lot of sort of consulting and operating advising work, but I'm looking for my next challenge as a CEO somewhere, and that just is a lot of networking. And so I'm meeting lots of VCs and PEs, and just people in the industry and see what's up. And that's actually the other piece. I get a lot of really great insight on where the industry is at by talking to these people, right? Like meeting some pretty influential people in the industry. It's like, okay, hey, what you guys are doing? What are you seeing? And then that definitely helps me stay up to date, what's happening, what's going on, and be part of the conversations, right? And this year, I'm actually super excited. I'm actually leading a panel. There's Black Hat has pre-days now on Tuesday. There's like the AI day, and then there's an investor and innovators day. And I'm doing a chat.
That's kind of cool.
And it was the first time they did that last year. I think John Oberheide and Caleb Seema and a few others are organizing it. And I thought it was fantastic last year. And I left the day and I was like, guys, we got to talk about the channel here. We got to talk about go-to-market, because you can build great product, but how do you sell the stuff, right? I mean, you've been in this world for a while as well. And it's so I'm actually organizing a panel on the channel. What the routes to market, how do they work? How do you work with disties? All that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited about it. Really cool panel that I've been able to pull together. So that's going to happen on Tuesday. That should be pretty interesting.
That's interesting. It's funny that you say that, because the conference itself started out as a commercial version of DEF CON, right? Being able to send your team to go learn new stuff. The vendors happen to be the reason that they could afford to put this thing together, because they would sponsor some of it. And then over time, it's become more and more like RSA, where it's just all about the vendor stuff. And I feel like, it was funny because remember the back to drama, like, oh, you people, somebody would get a cease and desist and they have to pull their black hat talk and like, oh, big deal.
Was it Michael Lloyd or something? The Cisco vulnerability, a Cisco exploit he posted, right? We literally had law enforcement on site. And
yeah. It was nuts. But like that stuff I think is faded, right? It's not that anymore, which is kind of unfortunate. Not that the drama was fun. It was just the new stuff was fun. And DEF CON's not doing that anymore. That's not even DEF CON anymore.
Yeah, I think Black Hat has grown so much, right? Now you have like all these different components to it, right? Before it was like the vendors were in the hallway. Remember, it was the booths were like, there were like 8 booths along the hallway, and that was it. Now you have this huge vendor hall. Then you have the different arsenals and whatever. And that's super cool. It's like all these startups now featured, and you have the startup competition. You have the pre-days. You have the talks. You have there's so many different things going on. I don't even know all the things that are happening, right? And someone that really goes and wants to immerse themselves in a lot of these different things, there's so much to be done, right? And then DEF CON, I think has stayed true to some of its origins with regards to the villages. I mean, I took my wife there a few years ago and we walked around and she was blown away because she's like, what? Like a car hacking village where you can literally hook up to a Tesla and start trying to hack it. And then the voting machine hacking is like, wait, what? That's a thing? Like they're that insecure and you guys have a whole village for it? Like it's a fun and sort of different experience there as well.
It is. And now they've added sort of the kid element to it, which is I think very important. Although it's tricky because sort of the thing that made DEF CON for us adults kind of fun and interesting is also the reason I wouldn't bring my kids there. Right? Like it's just not a lot of that is just not an environment, not the type of environment I'd bring kids around. But the content, a large chunk of it is very relevant to them and the curiosity and fostering just new ideas and getting them to go and think from an angle, not the same everyday person, but like this side angle, like that we look at something, right? We look at a car, people are like, it's a car. We're like, hey, it's a computer with wheels. I bet I could do something with that.
Yeah.
So I think that there's certainly value to be had. It's weird to me. It continues to be weird to me that they do like a Tuesday, Wednesday, and half day Thursdays. They like triple stack or 5 lanes wide, all these talks. So it's really hard to get to the talks part of it, meet friends in the hallway, and go meet with your vendors. It's too short. I think they should extend it half the day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and go like most of the day, like half the day Friday at least. So they have 4 solid days and like stagger things better. I mean, that's what I would do if I was running it. Nobody cares what I think, but
I thought it was all of Thursday. I can't remember. I thought DEF CON starts on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something.
Maybe yeah. I'd run. I think I'd run another half day on and then on each side of it, right? Because it starts technically on Tuesday and there's training on Sunday, Monday, or whatever it is. But I'd push it out another half day on each end. I think just to give people the opportunity. That was always the most frustrating thing. You're like, man, there's 6 talks at the same time that I want to see. It's like, how do I pick?
Exactly. that's always the case pretty much in every conference, right? Unless the talks are really bad.
I'm gonna you open this door, so I'm gonna walk through it. There is a lot of garbage content out there, and look, as a vendor myself, right? I'm on this side of it. I'm kind of embarrassed by how much of the vendor sponsored content stuff is just trash. It's not something I would ever pay an employee of mine to go sit through.
Yeah, and look, I think that's actually the opportunity and the fun part of it, because it opens another door, which is the one where if you actually are a company that cares, you pay attention to that and you put out good content, and you can actually make a name for yourself in the community, right? I mean, I'm not sure that I'm qualified to talk about Wiz, but they did something right? I mean, you like their booth or not, but they attracted a lot of people. They were very innovative, and there's others as well, and not just Wiz, but they've been a very successful example. And it's the same for showing up with good talks, right? Like there's some companies out there that are just, you get quality talks because some of the people that are behind it are just quality researchers as well, right? Like I think probably agree. Like IO Active, for example, right? Generally, when they talk and they give a talk, they're generally pretty good quality, right? And they really know what they're talking about. There's other examples too. They're just two that came to mind. But I think that's an opportunity, and I think you're right. But this is also the shift right now. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Right now, you sort of had the people that were able to put together good talks, and then you had the bad ones. Now you have AI. And I'm a little scared that now bad talks are showing up in sheep's, wolves. Yeah. What do you call it? Wolves' clothes or
wolves in sheep's clothing.
Something like right? So it shows up, this guy as a good talk, and you're like, wait, that talk was rubbish. But AI made it sound like this amazing thing.
That abstract was awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe AI will be able to be used to detect when AI writes abstracts.
Well, I'm using AI to do a lot of, like, I created a little image for RaffCon. Poof, here it is. And there's probably typos in there. I created images, another one for my panel, and it was so frustrating. You look through it in detail, like, wait, there's typos, and it changed the headshots to some degree. It's like, oh my God, I probably just don't know how to prompt it right. But it's such an amazing tool. If you don't run your abstract through ChatGPT at some point, your preferred AI, I think you're missing out. Right?
Yeah. I agree. You're probably there's value to be had there, but it's I think maybe this is a conversation for another time, but because the value versus work versus the downside of some of this stuff. I've got my kids just went to school for 6th grade today. It's their first day, and I've got teachers. Like we had the parent teacher, pre start of school meeting. And they're like, yeah, we're asking you to keep an eye out for kids using AI, ChatGPT, and the like to write their thesis, and their book reports and summaries and stuff like that. And I'm thinking to myself, am I really this old? Because I remember switching from handwritten to typed to typed on a computer, which was a big deal. I got to write my papers in WordPerfect. Like, oh man, that was awesome. Now they're being written for them. Like that's disheartening. I feel like the curve went like this, and then now we're going back down.
Yeah, well, that opens another conversation about education in general, right? Which
Sure does.
It scares me for my little two boys.
All right, well, yeah. So, when do you get in?
I'm getting in at Monday at around noon, and then the meeting galore starts. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. And then a bunch of events in the evenings, and that's always fun to juggle. Where do you go? But I have some good stuff lined up. When are you getting in?
Yeah, I'm in Monday. I think 6:30, 7 p.m. I got some stuff at home with the family stuff to do, and I hop on a plane and get down there, and I'm staying. I could have this is the problem with flying Delta out of Atlanta is I can either leave Thursday at 1 p.m. or take a red eye home overnight, which I'm 48. Ain't nobody got time for that. I'm not doing it. And then option C, which is the option I chose, which I'm sure I'm going to regret, is the 7 a.m. flight out of.
Yeah, I actually had to do the same thing. I had to rebook myself because of family issues. So I have to leave early on Thursday morning, like a 6:30 flight or something like that. So, see you at the airport.
Yeah, right. It always sounds it always sounds way like I can do that, no problem. And then the night before, you're like, why do I do that?
Yeah. Yeah, this time I don't have another option, so it's going to be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be great. So I think, are we calling this RaffCon 20 then? Let's just settle on 20. That sound right to you?
I think so. We had an exchange where we actually discussed this back a couple of days ago, and I think I just want to cross-reference that we don't have crazy dementia and we're changing things up. Actually, it's 18. We landed on 18. Remember RaffCon XVIII?
XVIII, that's right. RaffCon 18. So officially RaffCon 18.
All right, and this time we put it in the tweet.
Yes, yeah. Now it's going to be immortalized. So now we can now our AI personas can reference it later. But if you're in Vegas and you get this in your earbuds on Tuesday, like everybody else, or if you're in Vegas, technically it will be still Monday night, and hopefully you're not still at the bars, or maybe you are. Maybe you're winning at poker. I don't know. I don't gamble, so I don't know. But have fun. We'll see you guys Wednesday night, Raffy. It's going to be great to see you again, buddy.
Likewise.
We'll raise a glass, and I'm bringing some cigars this year. I've got some good smokes. We're going to do it right. We're going to do it right. It's official now.
All right. Awesome.
All right,
that was fun.
I will see you out there, folks. Yeah. Thanks for listening, you guys. I hope you got a little bit of insight. This is just kind of a fun little one. If you're out in Vegas, come say hi Wednesday night. It'll be great to see you guys all. It'll be great to see the old family back together, and some new folks I'm sure will show up. And I'll bring some T-shirts. Hit me up if you have a particular size you want. Medium, large, and XL. I didn't go too extremes on the sizes, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for listening, you guys. We'll talk to you another time, another place on another Down the Security Rabbit Hole podcast. Raffy, see you in Vegas, folks. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
This is Bella. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to leave my dad a review and share this with your friends. Bye.